Hey there everyone, this is Mystic Fish. Welcome to episode 41 of our Factorio Space Age playthrough where we're working on upgradable bases. Last episode we volcanified our base on Nauvis, so we brought in, here, we brought in a bunch of foundries to replace much of our smelting. We brought in big mining drills to make all of our existing resource patches last twice as long. And we also brought in artillery, where's some artillery? Here's some artillery, which is keeping our borders clear, as you can see from the radius circles here around the turrets. So that is all good stuff. What else? I do want to mention, I guess the other thing we brought are cliff explosives. So I was actually able to, I was realizing this is the only coal expansion that we have. And so I went back and added an additional coal outpost, although this one seems to be done, so we can reclaim it. What else do we want to talk about here, if anything? I don't think there's anything else to talk about here at the moment. So what do we want to do today? Well, today I want to get ready. I want to do some prep work for Fulgora. That's sort of our next stop here. I want to come and load up our ship here, which is waiting for us at Nauvis. We no longer need this. And so let's get ourselves a Fulgora starter pack in here. So what do we want to bring here? I want to bring, let's see, I have some notes here off to the side. We're going to bring some substations. So we are going to coat lots of Fulgora with electric coverage. We are still going to bring, we're still going to use our regular grid, just because we're eventually going to want trains on Fulgora, and that's sort of an easy way to keep track of it. We're going to bring some accumulators, but actually not very many. That's sort of a good source of free power on Fulgora, but it is not quite... it turns out there's more space efficient ways to do it. I think once we're able to connect islands with large power poles and foundation, then this becomes, I think, the cheapest way to do power, is just like pave islands with accumulators and charge them off of lightning. But actually the easier way, oh, and speaking of lightning, we are going to bring just some stone bricks that will let us... oh, we don't have any. Why do we not have any? Do we not have... Oh, it's because we don't have this. Okay, we'll get some stone bricks available. We'll need these just to make some of the initial lightning rods, but after that we can recycle concrete to get that stuff once we get recyclers going. We'll bring mining drills and foundries from Vulcanus, which, let's see, I guess we can do that. Here's the Nauvis to... No, I want Vulcanus to Fulgora. So this is going to be Vulcanus to Fulgora exports. And let's see, let's just bring one stack of each just to begin. Is this guy ready to go? I think so. Right, we've got enough heat, we've got enough water, we've got lots of ammo. Okay, so then you're gonna go to Vulcanus until all your requests are satisfied, and the item count of firearm magazines, which that doesn't seem right. We're clearly getting... There's 1.1 ammo on the belt here, but I'm only seeing 154. Why is that? What are you seeing? Yeah, you're seeing the ones that are in. Oh, because it's not item count. It's not item count. It's not item count. Aha. It is circuit condition on the ammo. There we go. So we want this. What's our... We want it to be that, and then we're going to go to Fulgora. We're going to wait until we have run out of something, and we've had 30 seconds of inactivity. And circuit condition, okay, greater than equal to 600. Okay, and then our interrupts will work. We'll only come back to visit Nauvis when we run out of, if we can't keep up water-wise and we run out of water supplies, or we need more uranium. And the changes we made recently to only use the uranium when we need to keep the nuclear reactor warm means that this should last longer for us, especially if we're just sitting in the orbit, sort of like not doing much. So I think you can go. Okay, back to the ship. If we're not going to lean on accumulators, it turns out that steam turbines and boilers are actually a more compact, they're more space efficient power generation. And the nice thing is that we can make solid fuel at will from the heavy oil ocean. So that's good. Plus we generate a bunch of it from scrap. The one thing that we'll run out on is, it turns out there's not enough ice, I think, generated from recycling scrap. And so we're gonna need to have a solution for more ice, which we'll get to that later this episode. Then we should just get some raw materials in so we can handcraft the stuff we might want. I feel like we should get some copper in here too. I actually want to bring gears, if you can believe it. Even though we're going to be swimming in gears once we start recycling scrap, but this is going to be a fast way for us to produce some of our initial belts if we need it. So let's bring those. Let's bring some steel, same deal. Let's bring green chips. Let's bring red chips. Let's bring a cargo landing pad. Let's bring electric engines. For rocket silos. Let's bring robot frames for some initial robots. Let's bring roboports. And we're actually going to bring a little bit of concrete. Again, even though we're going to be swimming in concrete by the time we start recycling scrap, we need some for the first recyclers that we're going to build. So we'll get this thing loaded up in the background while we're doing some other stuff. And what I'm actually thinking is I want to build a space station that we can park above Fulgora and generate ice from asteroids. Because I think that will help us supplement the ice we get from recycling scrap, and can be help us with our new with this like compact power sort of arrangement. So with that, I'm going to turn this off. We're going to add a new space platform, and this is going to be, we're going to call this the ice cube tray. So let's get that launched. And I want this to work sort of like this, which is, you know, a mostly empty platform with collectors around the outside. I think we're going to move the gap down on this side so that we can get a thruster out here. But otherwise, instead of producing space science, we're just going to crush oxide asteroids into ice and put them inside of the hub to be dropped down to Fulgora. So that's what I want. I want to build something that can just sort of sit in orbit around Fulgora. Okay, so let's resume our packing there for the trip to Fulgora. Let's take this off and let's turn this off for the moment until we get this designed. Okay, how do we want this to work? I am thinking that what we want is we need to be able to route the asteroid belt that goes around the outside to somewhere we can put crushers on it. And I think let's reserve 1, 2. Let's just reserve space for beacons. And the ice crushers, let's see. I think we turn them this way. Let's see, if we slide this over one, that's the middle, that's the middle, that's the middle. Where are the middle? Okay, I'll put this here for a second. These are the ends. Let's just do this so we can see where these are. Okay. So the middle are these two. And so this is fine. This is fine to put here. And then we put the crushers. Let's line those up with the middle. So this will be 1, 2. So let's leave room for 4 crushers. And those will get efficiency modules. And then we want 1, 2. That does reach the end one, and that reaches the end one, and the next one won't. Okay. All right, so then coming out of here, these are basically all going to crush. No, not that one, this one. You're going to crush the oxide guys. We'll have the asteroid belt is going to come through here. And so you get the, let's see, actually we want out and then in. And what goes out? Just any asteroid chunks. Even though they will only ever be oxide chunks, we'll just put them all in here. That way we can sort of copy paste them. And we put the output before the input because that way if we put an oxide chunk out, we can just grab it right back in. We want to do those guys, and then down here we're going to blacklist this. Okay, so that the actual ice will come onto this belt. Let's see, we're going to put some cargo bays on this guy. Something like that. And we're going to say you're only going to be active if the ice that we have in the hub is less than, well, actually, let's leave it 0 for the moment. I think we don't want to do this yet. But that's where the ice will be. Okay, so then now we can go back to, let's see, we want something like this, right? Let's grab our standard grabber stuff. We can come to the ice cube tray, and so we want, I think, this to line up with the middle, and you'll go there. Like that. Except that we will take a detour here. And get rid of these guys. So that we come down here to be crushed. Okay, good. Let's go back to the ship. We need a corner here. Who's got a corner? Guess you have sort of a corner, but you've got the wrong inserters, but that's okay. So we'll go like this, and we get that guy. Okay, good. And then, do we want this thing to be like roughly square? I guess so. Then copy a corner. And a corner. And then we'll go down this side. And get a corner. And then here and here. Okay, then let's get a thruster. And I think for this, we can actually put it here, because this is actually empty space down here. And so that's not actually a hole, believe it or not. Okay, and then I guess we do, I mean, these do have overlapping fields of fire, but I kind of feel bad that I don't have a turret in the middle. So why don't we do this? Okay. That way that still leaves us a gap, which means most of the inside can be empty. Okay, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Now, let's talk water. Here. And actually, let's do this. Is that gonna do what I want? No, that's not gonna do what I want. Okay, never mind. I was gonna see if we can... Okay, I think we will also end up priming this with ammo from the surface. And again, let's see, we know this trick from before, right? We only want to get stuff out of the hub and onto the bud, but we don't want to make it this to be the reason that we are sort of failing a request. Okay, and then we'll do that. I mean, I guess we can get a little less space covered if we do it this way. Okay, good. I like this. That means we can take the beacons out. And we actually don't... We can get rid of a lot of this, actually. We can get rid of all of that.
How's it scrolling?
Yes?
Charlie's computer's scrolling without him.
Is it a game? Is the game open?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got some auto bot thing that...
Oh, to keep him awake.
Yes. Oh, paychecks? Okay.
Paychecks, cash,
Wow, okay.
everything for you. There's a lot in there.
All
These
right.
are marked
Okay, okay.
with how much is in there.
Okay.
And then that,
That's for swim lessons.
yeah,
Oh no, okay.
that's for LSC, like Dolphin, which is being awesome. And then this one's a check.
Wait, what?
Tara gave me extra money for
For swim lessons?
helping with dolphins and like jumping in where needed and being a good role model.
Okay.
She felt like she needed to.
All right. Sounds good.
So yes, if there's any extra, can you just put it in my bank account?
Yes, all right. Let me sort through what's in here.
Yeah.
I'll send you an email.
Cool, thanks.
Okay.
I did the calculations. I should have stuff left over because
Okay. All right. We'll
for
take a look.
whatever, but like the cash should cover it all independently
Okay.
with my checking.
All right. Let me go. All right. Let me go figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you close the door?
Yes.
Um. Okay, we'll deal with that in a minute. Okay, good. That's that stuff. I do also want to bootstrap the water. Which we'll do like this. Let's get one of these guys. You're gonna empty water barrels. You go there. You need efficiency modules. You get, well, I guess we don't need to do that, but we do want to control this. So we want to say this is only if we have less than, let's call it 20,000 water. And then we can just dump the empties into space. Do we want to also put the contents of the water into here? Maybe. Okay, now we do have to get I think I want to get water up going around the outside here. Okay, and I think we need the water to go all the way around the outside like this and over to here. Okay, that gets water out and around. Good. What else are we going to need? We are going to need... We probably should produce some water from oxides just from asteroids so that we don't... let's see, let's do this. Okay, you're gonna melt ice. You're gonna have these guys. Then we're going to get a crusher here, and you get one of these things, and you're gonna crush oxide stuff for ice and be fed there, and we're going to get efficiency modules in there. Okay, that should top off our water supply. Very nice. We want over here. Are we fully loaded? Hey, we're fully loaded. Good stuff. We'll deal with that later, but what I wanted to copy from here is we need this stuff here out to the ice cube tray. Okay, so we want something like this. Ah, it goes here. I guess I can go all the way up here. Okay, that will allow us to make ammo. And the water continues around. Okay, good. We are going to want to get all this stuff like here and here. We do not need the long-handed guys. Okay, good. So that's ammo, that's the people consuming the ammo. And what else do we need? Just fuel. No, not just fuel, but fuel is one of the things that we need. So I want to use pumps again. So let's see if we can get storage tanks. Offset this one. Okay, good. Then we need to generate a little bit of fuel. Here, you're going to generate oxidizer. That goes in there, good. But I'm going to say we don't actually need that much. So let's just say we'll get 5,000 in the tank. We are going to need to get a crusher. Here. This is going to be one of these guys. And we need these. And this goes here. And we get the iron ore into that guy. Okay, good. I don't think we're using that yet. And then we need to get how do we want to do this? We could do this one here for the fuel. We need efficiency modules here. Okay. And I guess we can save space by doing that. And then if we do this, we can get the water in there. Okay. And then you're the same deal. You're only enabled if we have less than 5,000 of this. We don't need a whole fuel tank because speed is not the issue. In fact, speed is the opposite of the issue, of the intent here. And then we need one of these to do the carbonic guys. Like that. And like that, which means we don't need that. And that should make the fuel. Okay, so that should fuel us up okay. Now, I also want to make some, we now have access to the asteroid reprocessing. And so what do we want to do here? I think what we want is let's get we need these guys. Let's see, we'll go from the belt to the inputs of these. We will read belt context hold. Okay, this is the other thing that we need. We need this guy. We need this thing. Where is the ice cube tray? So we need to put this in. Where do we want to put this in? If I put it there, I have to fill in the rest of that stuff. It can really go anywhere that we can see the belt. And then from here into that guy so that we can set filters. Okay, good. This is going to read all belts. Okay, so this is going to be, we'll get 2 for the metallics. We'll get 2 for the carbonic, because most of the time we really want to turn almost everything into the oxide chunks. So you will go here and here. You will go here and here. And you will go here. Okay, so this is going to say if, let's see. How wide is this? So this is like 50, so we have like 100 across each side, so there's sort of like around 400 full belt. If multiplied by 2, that's like 800, so we could, you know, we could probably round this up to like 250 for our target densities on the belt. I think it's easier just make them be even. And so now what we'll say is if we have more than half of the target of metallic ones and we have less than half of the carbonic ones, Or we have enough metallic ones and not enough oxide ones. Then in either of those cases, we should turn on that. And then here, we'll just say, don't run unless this is bigger than 0. And we need these guys. Then this is going to be similar, except this is going to be carbonic, and this is going to be metallic, and this is going to be carbonic. And in this case, we do the carbonic recycling, and U will be enabled if this is greater than 0. And then finally, I don't think this will ever really happen. But if we have a surplus of oxide guys, then we can recycle them, and we'll just, you never know. Like, I like to plan for that, for we're in some weird situation where we end up with like running out of stuff. Like, we've got a lot of oxide, but for some reason we are running out of ammo or something like that. I don't know. Okay, is this everything that we want? Maybe. Okay, so this produces 37.5 per second. So if I want to 37.5 per second, which as a percentage of the 1200 a pump can do, it's 3%. Multiply that times 60 ticks is 2 ticks. So, so we can do our other little rate limiting trick here, which is we get these guys in. This is going to be T is 1. That goes into the inputs of this. This is going to be as long as T is less than 60. So this will reset every tick. Then we output T's input count. So that will count up. And then from here, we put these here and we say you'll be enabled if T is less than 2. We'll see how that works. Okay, we've got the reprocessing. So then I think the last thing we need to account for is power, and I think we're going to need a fair amount of this because Fulgora is further from the sun out here, which you can see, and so solar panels don't work as well out here. So once we park out there, we're going to need more solar panels. So let's just plan for this. Okay, I think this is going to be our ice making station, and so I think we can turn this on. And we can request some water. We're really not going to come back here. Well, we might come back if we have to like expand this or something. Or at least have to bring it somewhere closer to a shipyard of some sort. And do we also want to bring in... We also said we could bring this stuff in, right? Okay. I don't think this is not really going to use any circuit conditions because we're going to move it manually. Okay, so we're going to go offline here and we're going to wait for this to get built and then I will be back. Okay, we are back. Just a quick checkpoint here. We are actually just past building the station itself, and so we're now collecting asteroids, and as you can see we are producing ammo, we're producing a little bit of fuel. I think until we're full on ammo, this will probably eat most of the metallic asteroids, so it'll be a bit before we can get ourselves some oxidizer, but that's okay. We're beginning to bring up ammo from the surface. We are bringing also water from the surface so that we can top this off here. Just to get us a head start. Empties are getting off into space as we would expect. Okay, we've got some oxidizer going. That's good stuff. Let's see. You are missing efficiency modules. That guy. Okay. Then, right, we're stacking up ice here. Then once this stacks up here, right, none of it's coming in yet to the hub. So once it stacks up, these guys will stop crunching it, which is fine. That will probably happen before we leave. And then otherwise, we're really just waiting on. We have to get enough ammo onto the belt and into the turrets. We've got now, looks like plenty of power, so that's good. And we'll have to see what things look like when we get to Fulgora. So I'm going to do another little cutscene here. We'll go off camera while this thing sort of like fills itself up, and then we will be back. Okay, we are back, and let's see, we're pretty good on ammo. We're still bringing a few things in here. We can see down here our counts, we're at 1,300, which I think is plenty to get us there. We have filled up on, I think, as much fuel as we want to have on hand. We've got plenty of water for more fuel. We've got lots of asteroids being collected, and because, as you can see down there in the green counts, you know, we've got over 125 of the metallic and carbonic, and so these are kicking in now, and we're rapidly sort of stocking up on the oxide ones, which are good. But I think this means that we're ready to try going to Fulgora. So let's see what happens. I'm kind of curious what the speed ends up being once we drain out sort of what has been stockpiled in the thruster here. So looking for those fuel and oxidizer levels to fall, which they are now doing. So where is this stabilizing? Looks like this is stabilizing at, I don't know. Yeah, we're still slowing down from the initial burst. I'm watching the speed to see if it. Alright, it's not changing very much. Alright, it's hovering around 2930. Let's see if that. Yeah, okay. I think we're at steady state speed here. So that's good. Just how we're doing asteroid collecting. We're still collecting lots of asteroids. So that's good. Asteroid counts are going up, as is ammo count. So at least at this speed and this distance from Fulgora, We are keeping up with what we need. How is power looking? Power is looking okay. All right. So, let's see. Let's come back to the ship. This is ready to go. So I think we need to go to Vulcanus to pick ourselves up. So we'll get over there. Let's get ready for that. Where do we want to put our stuff down? Because we gotta like get rid of our crap here. Oh, this is out. Okay, good to know. So we need to collect this. And I guess we'll put it up here for right now. Let's get rid of this stuff. Okay. Alright, that restores power there. Why are we using coal, by the way? Oh, I don't think there should be a buffer chest. I think there should be a storage chest. Alright, that should be better. What else do we have going on? I guess that's all good. Alright, let's get up here to the mall, see what's going on here. Sulfur. Oh, isn't that, that's actually one of the things we're like throwing away over here, right? No. Okay, good. We were at one point, but we fixed it. Okay, so then this is the approximate area we want to come back to. Oh, here's actually a bunch of storage chests. So I guess we just dump stuff out. Oh, we should turn this off. Which means I think we don't need this one anymore. And we can get rid of this stuff. Okay, good. Power's okay. Power's fine. Okay, so then we... Where's our ship at? It's here. Okay. So then I think we can just ride up to the ship, right? Good. From here, let's go to Fulgora, and let's see how the ice cube tray is doing. Asteroid counts are still... Wow, we're full of asteroids. Ammo count has fallen. That's okay, because we're almost there anyway. So we survived okay. We should still have around 5,000 of this. Okay. Wow, we actually sped up here. All right, curious to see once we're parked in orbit. I want to check a couple things. And okay, we're here. So let's just check. Okay, yeah, before we were producing like 4.7 megawatts, now we produce 2.2, but we still have enough to power the station here, so that's okay. Let's see, as far as catching up on stuff, I guess we're refilling this. We're not going to use these, I don't think. We're not really going to be moving this very much. That's part of the design. Okay, so we're catching up on this stuff, which we're almost there for. We still have plenty of water. And this guy should top us off there. Okay, good. Ammo. We need to watch ammo here. Make sure that we are... Wow, we are full of asteroids. All of the filters on the grabbers are off. Which is good stuff. Okay, we're down to 1.0 ammo, but let's just... Because there are, there are large asteroids about. And so I just want to make sure that we have the capability to produce enough ammo to keep up with how much we're using just sitting in orbit. Which really, if we see this tick up to... it's back up to 1.1 already. Okay, I think that means it's working. And I think that means we can turn this on and start collecting ice in the hub. Which means these guys are going to start working. Ooh, I wonder if this is... Oh, I bet we can... Just make sure that we can effectively drain all the ice into the hub. Okay. So now we're going to see what happens. Alright, we are dropping the number of oxide asteroids now, which is what we would expect. Now if that drops below 125, we're going to start reprocessing. How's ammo? Still 1.1k. I think this is good. Okay, we'll come back and check on this later, but I think this is now producing ice as desired, so that's cool. And we're here, so we can drop to Fulgora. And I think, I think this is where I want to stop for this episode. We do have our source of ice up here in orbit, which is good. So that will handle our, help supplement our power needs here. I guess let's also drop, let's see, what do we want to drop? Let's drop some of these, let's drop those. And we'll drop some of our green circuits. And let's see, this will let us build, what can we support? 20 robots. So let's build 20 robots. Okay, good. Let's just, if we drop a cargo landing pad on the surface, it does a little bit of radar stuff for us. So I think this is the vault that will go mine. But we will leave that for next time as we sit here in the protection of the lightning rods here. So I think we're ready. We've brought supplies with us, and we're now manufacturing ice up here. That's good. We see, I would really love to see this. Ooh, we're low power. Interesting. How low of power are we is the good question. Wow, we're using 3 megawatts. It must be because we're doing all this reprocessing over here. Which we'll have to watch this. Let's just make sure that this doesn't result in wow, we're still ending up with like net asteroids, which is great. I just want to make sure that the sort of low power deal here is not, I guess you're getting enough electricity. You're on the edge. All right, we'll just have to watch this over time. I mean, there are definitely large asteroids that are coming in. I think that generally means that we can, you know, we're going to get plenty of resources here. How much platform do we have? 26? We could get like 2 more, because we need like 18 or 9. So we do have enough platform to do like that. And that will help at least a little bit. I guess you're pretty close. You're like close to having enough. Pretty close to having enough power. It does really seem like... we're up to 1.2 ammo. Okay, great. So, I think this means that... So let's see, let's reason about this a little bit. So a couple things are going to happen. One, this is going to fill up on stuff. And so that will stop crushing. That'll stop these crushers for a little bit. We're full of water. We're full of fuel, which we're not using. So that will stop this stuff from doing things. We're making ammo faster than we're using it. So eventually this will catch up and these will run. This will be running less frequently, and let's see, these, right, like this electric furnace is not really doing anything now. Because it's sitting idle because it's full of plates already. Because this guy's already not running sort of full speed anyway, because it doesn't have a space to put all of its output ammo yet. So as it fills in the cracks in the belt, this will run slower and slower. And then, wow, it's really whether this like 5th one is running or not. That's whether we have enough power or not. Wow, we're like right on the edge. But again, because we're using because we're using the ammo, or we're generating ammo faster than we're using it, I think we're going to fill up. Once we fill up on ammo, these will fill up. These definitely take a lot of the electricity. Yeah, that's a big chunk of the electricity. Actually, we're within the power envelope right now. But once we catch up, we'll see a lot less crushing. We'll see a lot less smelting. And so I think this is going to hit steady state for us. But we'll see. How's this doing? Okay, yeah, we're definitely chewing through the oxide asteroids now, and we're full reprocessing our stockpile of the extra ones. So that's good. That will only consume the extra metallics down to, like, if we drop to 125, it'll stop reprocessing. We're not really at this point using carbonic for anything anymore, so these should probably be running largely consistently at this point. And pretty much just continuously turning the carbonic into the other stuff. So I think this is good stuff. What's all that about? I guess we could probably get rid of these mines along here. Because we have laser turrets and flamethrowers all along this thing here. So, okay, I'm pretty happy with this. We'll see how this works. I want to see if this is able to keep up with the ice needs that we have on Fulgora for power generation. I don't think it'll be too bad. But I don't know. We'll see. But that's what we have for this episode. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And until then, bye.